Hi everybody. Today we're going to be doing just a few problems that are a little bit harder with problems in rectangles. So as you can see here, it's asking us to do the Pythagorean theorem in rectangles. That's not too bad. We're going to have problems today that come out to be decimals mostly. So just a reminder about the Pythagorean theorem, like you've all learned plenty of times. It's a squared plus b squared equals c squared. But you have to remember c is the hypotenuse, the longest side of the triangle, which will be this side right here. It'll always be the diagonal in squares. So when you do the Pythagorean theorem, you make sure you set it up in the right order with the diagonal having to come last. When you're missing the diagonal, like this problem here, you just combine the like terms on this side. 36 plus 289 is 325. Might seem like this should come out to a nice simple number. It doesn't. You'll have to use a calculator and take a square root. And when you do a square root on the calculator, this comes out to be 18.0. It doesn't come out to be 18 exactly. It comes out to be 18.0277 something, but that rounds to 18.0. Also ask you to find perimeter and area. For this problem here, it's really easy. Perimeter is just add up the four sides. The first two numbers, 6 plus 17. Careful, don't add 18 or 18.0 or anything like that, because as you do the sides of the rectangle, you get the side 6 again and 17 again. Comes out to be 46. Area is just base times height. 6 times 17 comes out to be 102. Well, we didn't even need to do that work in red to find out the area or perimeter, but we would on this next problem. So as you can see here in this next problem, it's the same thing with the Pythagorean theorem. We're going to have to do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. But remember, the diagonal is the hypotenuse, the longest side that comes last. So we do 15 squared and y squared equals 19 squared. Square on our calculators and get some big numbers, unless you know your squares off the top of your head. Most of you don't know 19 squared off the top of your head. You want to start memorizing square numbers. You can be the coolest kid in your block by saying, I know all my square numbers. I've memorized them all. Probably not, though. Anyway, take a square root. And when you take the square root of 136, it comes out to be, you have to do it on a calculator, 11 point. Comes out to be 11.66. But it says round to the nearest tenth, so that means I rounded to 11.7. All right, and then we have to do area and perimeter. Careful, perimeter is just add up all the sides, not the number 19. 15 plus 11.7 plus another 15 plus another 11.7 comes out to be 53.4. And to find the area, you just have to multiply length times width. In this case, you'll have to multiply 15 times 11.7. So we had to do the Pythagorean theorem to even calculate stuff with area and perimeter. And now we've got it, and we're all good. So you're going to be doing a few problems in a moment. You will be doing the Pythagorean theorem twice, and you'll be doing perimeter and area multiple times. Besides perimeter Pythagorean theorem applications, which would be just a little too short for a single assignment, we're also going to do sine, cosine, tangent applications with rectangles. So you're going to need a calculator that can do sine, cosine, tangent, whether it's your phone, whether it's Google, whether it's Desmos. You'll have to remember some of the stuff we've done, but of course we'll review it here. That one of the things you learned about trigonometry is the tangent of any angle equals the opposite leg on the top of a fraction and the adjacent leg on the bottom of the fraction. So when you see a triangle like this, that's a right triangle with two sides, you can just simply find tangent and set up your fraction. Now on this one here, just as a reminder, how you solve out things when you have a missing angle is when you use the -1 keys on the calculator. So you're going to just literally type into the calculator tan -1, the second key if you have a calculator. And when you type that in correctly, and you may want to make sure you test this out on a calculator and get the number 72.3 on your calculator. 72.3 degrees. You want to practice that with your notes before you try to do the problems on your own to make sure you're getting it right. Your calculator could be in the wrong mode. It could be in radian mode. If you're, for example, if anyone tries this out on their calculator and gets an answer, listen carefully here, of 1.26, that means your calculator's in the wrong mode. You have to go to have to go to the mode and switch from radians to degrees as you do the problem. In terms of area and perimeter, it's the same type of idea. Nothing new on this page. Just simply add up the sides. It'll be the same idea where you add up the 4 sides, 7 plus 22 plus 7 plus 22, to get the perimeter, and do 7 times 22 to get the area. If you're missing a side, like this problem here, it's not too bad. Again, it's a tangent problem. Tangent of the angle equals, you put the opposite side on top, the adjacent side on bottom. You have to use the calculator to get a decimal for tan 24. So the tangent of 24 degrees, according to the calculator, can do the advanced calculations, is 0.445. And then all you do to finish is cross multiply. And as you do 16 times 0.445, you get 7.12, which, because it says round to the nearest tenth, we'll round to 7.1. Perimeter, add up all your sides, 16 plus 7.1 plus 16 plus 7.1 comes out to be 46.2. And area, 16 times 7.1, 113.6. That concludes your lesson for the day. If you guys can try out a worksheet, show your work similar to these notes, take a picture, submit it on Google Classroom, and we'll go from there. Take care, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful Easter weekend, and I'll touch base with you next week.